Hey guys. All right. This is going to be tough, but I got to talk about it. I wasn't going to talk about this in video because I didn't want this to come across as the wrong way. I don't want anybody to think that I think that I'm better than Mark or that I don't acknowledge that I have a lot to learn. Um, but there's a couple things that I need to make clear. I'm not here to show you how to get rich. I'm not here to show you exactly what you need to do to earn a whole bunch of money. What I'm here to do is to encourage you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to show you that this is possible so that you can do it. That has always been the focus of my channel. Since the beginning, I knew that it was questionable whether I would be able to make money posting thousands and thousands of items blindly. But I knew that if I recorded all of it and made videos about it, that everybody who watched those videos could learn without having to take the risks and the sacrifices that I made. That is the thing I want to make abundantly clear straight away. My purpose is not to make you rich. My purpose is to get you to believe that it is possible, because all of the information that you need already exists out on the internet. It's just a matter of finding it and knowing that it is there. That has always been my focus. I left Grindspace, and I didn't leave because of the condition of the place. I left because Marc showed me his true colors. I believe that you can judge a person by the way that they treat those who they do not respect. And so there's a lot I need to get into here. And I apologize, I'm emotional, but I guess that's my specialty, right? Emotional videos. So let's backtrack a little bit. January. My girlfriend broke up with me. I wasn't sure what to do. I was running a dropshipping store. And I knew I always wanted to be a YouTuber because I always wanted to be able to inspire people. That is my purpose. I know that. And if I can do it in videos, then anybody, anywhere in the world can see them. And even if I die today, at least I've made videos that can help people and encourage them. Because again, all the answers you need are already there. It's just a matter of believing that they are and believing that you can do it. And you can. But I wanted to make a course. And I knew that if I made a YouTube channel, and if I got practice making videos over and over and over and over again, that would put me in a position to make a good course. Not a course to get rich, but a course to educate people. I wanted a course where you could go and it will show you multiple ways to earn money online. Not step-by-step guides, but it'll show you what is possible so that you can figure out what is best for you, right? That was my goal this whole year. I have been working on that. That's why my YouTube channel existed. That is why I started the Bulk Theory series. And if you watch it, you can see me talk about the course. And I tell you, don't do what I do. I'm taking a lot of risks here, right? So I've been wanting to make a course. And I really poured my heart into the YouTube channel because I found what makes me passionate, what makes me feel happy. Fast forward, I come across Marc, and there's this opportunity to go to this event called Grindspace, or Grind Camp. We're around a bunch of people who all make money online, right? I was like, oh, that's what I need. If I can get around that, and then I can learn from them, and then I can help other people. That's why when I went to Grind Camp, I made it my mission to make as many videos as I could about the other people there, interviewing them, getting them to talk about themselves so that you guys can benefit from Grind Camp without being there. That was my goal, and that has always been my goal. I want to make a difference in people's lives and help them believe in one another, because people getting sidetracked. So I was really excited about Grind Camp. I have a tattoo of the symbol of Grind Camp on my neck, and I do not regret that in any way, shape, or form. Grind Camp showed me what I need to be at my best, what I need to be to inspire people and to encourage them. and to help them believe in one another and work together. When I went to Grind Camp, Marc told me that he needed a person like me with Grind Camp's future vision. He told me about this idea, Grind Academy, where people can pay a small monthly fee and have access to a bunch of courses about earning money online. I was so blown by that. That's like, for me, that is the future of education. I couldn't not do everything that I could to become a part of that. Because that is my goal. And that's what I want to make the course with, right? And so another thing, when I'm at Grind Camp, I mentioned to Marc that I'm working on a course. And he says, hey, do you want to work on a course together? And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Okay. So then I go back into the States for a month. And then I put my life aside in the States. I put my dog down so I could move here. I changed everything so I could move here, so that I could be part of this movement. Because I knew that in the long run, if I became a part of this, I could make a huge difference in people's lives. And the key to that is not about working all day. It is not about grinding your ass off and burning yourself out. It is being able to be positive and cheerful and optimistic and encourage people and nurture relationships so that they work together and that all the people around me do better because of my presence. That was my goal, and that was what I believed my purpose at Grind Camp and Grind Space was. So when I come back, I tell Marc, okay, my first goal here is to publish a course. It is not going to be finished straight away. We are going to publish the course and then continue working on it for a year. I had conversations with Marc about this. I told him that from the very beginning. And then I told him, hey, I'm working on this course. This is my goal. The first thing I'm doing after moving to Nicaragua. This is my purpose. And I told him, this is the publish date. This is when the course will first be released. We had conversations about that. And here's where things get messy. Because Marc is not a person, if he is there talking to you, then you know that he's there talking to you. If he says he's going to be there, that doesn't mean anything. Marc is not a person who has time frames. He will say he will be back in an hour, and then he doesn't show up. He will say that he will be there in the morning, and he doesn't show up. And I understand, because the way that he lives his life, he has tons of money. He's around a bunch of employees who need him. They will put up with whatever he tells them, whatever time frame he does. And one of the reasons he told me that he wanted people to be around him to hold him accountable and to pressure him to think in different ways and to challenge him to grow. That's why I thought that he wanted me to be there, because I am different than Marc. I do not have the same philosophies. I do not believe that it is ever the right thing to treat somebody with disrespect. I measure a person based on how they treat people who they do not respect, because they can be your best friend, but the second that they misunderstand something, the second that it's no longer in their best interests to respect you, that's when you see their true colors. I communicated with Marc exactly what the course was going to be about. We talked about the fact that I do not have the credibility to just tell people, do what I do and earn money. That my goal with this course is to educate people, to encourage them, and to create a place, one place, where you can go to learn tons about earning money from home. Whether it's dropshipping or the different styles of dropshipping or anything else. And I admit straight off the bat, Marc has way more experience with me when it comes to that kind of stuff. Optimization in general is a way more guaranteed way to earn money with dropshipping. I've never said that that's not true. I've never told anybody that bulk is a super profitable thing, People think that I earn a lot of money, even though I have videos saying, don't do what I do. Bulk is questionably profitable. It's hard to make it profitable, and it's very risky, and you can lose a lot of money. I've shown people my eBay bill regularly. I put myself out there so that you guys can learn without having to make the mistakes that I have made. I want to make an example of myself so that you can see what happens when you act the way that I do and make the decisions that I make. And so that you can see what's important. But I'm getting sidetracked again here. I communicated with Marc all of these things. And he was all gung-ho about it. He told me things like, we're going to go to the beach when we're done with this course. I'm Jack, I'm going to work on this optimization section. I can knock this out in like 2 hours, and then you do the rest, and we'll do this conversation section, and it's going to be great. And then, all right, 2 or 3 weeks pass. At this point, I told Marc, okay, the course is getting published 30 days from now. This is the publish date. I have committed this date to Udemy. We will continue to develop this course. This course is going to be my focus for the upcoming period of time. It is my focus of moving to Nicaragua. 2 or 3 weeks pass. Marc hasn't done much. I have to annoy him into making videos. And when I do, he spends 30 to 40 minutes recording some videos with me and then goes and does something else. He says that he's just going to be 20 minutes, and then when I go back up, he's like, oh, no, I'm doing this other thing. Or he goes off and says he's going to be back in 30 minutes, and then he doesn't show up. Marc is not the kind of person that you can work with unless there is no time frame. But this is the time frame. I want to educate people. And I want you to understand, I believe that you could spend forever working on a course, trying to make it perfect, trying to make it the best, and publishing it. And if you want to make a bunch of money, then that's the best thing to do. But making money is not my goal. My goal is to create a place that you can go to learn as much as possible and to be inspired and to be motivated. The best way to do that is to create the course, put my heart into it, and then continue to develop it, not only with what I think it needs, but with the feedback from all of the people taking the course, with the feedback from everybody with me seeing the problems, me seeing what people don't like. I know that I can make something better if it is already created and I just keep improving it over and over and over again. And I talked with Marc about all of this. And then we do a couple of videos and we finish one section after me annoying the crap out of him to get that done. After him telling me he wants to work with me. Like, Marc didn't say, hey Jack, let's make a course. I was going to make a course. I told Marc about that. He told me that he was interested in doing it with me. So I listened to him. I believed him. And that was my mistake. Marc says a lot of things. And I have some respect for him, but nowhere near the amount of respect I used to have. I blindly defended him. I don't care that Marc thinks the course is shit. Because Marc says that about every course that I've ever heard him talk about. That's just his punchline. That's Marc's way of saying, I'm about to talk about a course. I think this course is shit because of this reason. I understand that. Marc has his reasons to think that my course is crappy. The reason that I am furious and the reason that I left Grindspace is because he communicated something to me and then completely turned around on his word. And he showed me that he is not a person of his word. And he is so used to being around people who will not tell him he's being a fucking asshole and who will not tell him to shut up because he's not being constructive. Marc does not communicate, he berates. When he talked to me, and you can ask him, like, I'm happy to have him publish the conversation. He has a recording of it. It's literally, it sounds like an emotional fight between two people in a relationship where one of them just chooses to not respond and stop raising their voice because there's no point, because the other's just going to keep yelling and keep saying the same things. It sounds like a conversation where somebody's strung up on cocaine and is just telling you, like, you are shit. I told you why it's logical. No, you be quiet. You be quiet. You be quiet. You be quiet. Don't talk. A conversation has two sides. And it doesn't matter how much money you earn. If you cannot talk to people with respect, your opinion does not matter to me. I am so furious. Not because Marc thinks the course is shit. That's perfectly fine. But he should have fucking said that from the beginning. I did not lie to him. I did not tell him that I was profitable. I told him how much debt I was in. I told him how much I owed eBay. And let me make something clear to you guys about the debt that I owe eBay. That debt is not because of a deficit from bulk posting. The bulk posting I did at first ran at a deficit. After that, it does pay for itself. The thing is that I have a habit of spending money before I've earned it. I spent $1,000 on plane tickets getting here. I spent another $1,000 on a laptop. Aside from that, there's tons of money I spent on food and food for my dog, and you can see all of this in my YouTube channel leading up to the course. I owe eBay money because I have frivolously spent my business money. And one of the reasons I did that is so that I can show you. So that you guys can learn from my mistakes without having to make the mistakes yourself. And this is something that I have stayed true to, and I have said multiple times. I have not claimed to be wealthy. I have not claimed that I know how to earn a bunch of money. My frustrations with Marc are because of the way he communicated. They're because of the complete 180, where he went from encouraging me to telling me that it's shit. And he thinks that he's being honest, but he's just being an asshole. And so many people just listen to what he says because he's earned money, because he's rich, that he's not going to improve. He's not going to get better. Why would he? There's no reason to. He's Marcus Augustine. I left Grindspace because I thought that I was joining part of a revolution in education. I thought that I had met somebody who recognized the value that positivity, enthusiasm, and encouragement can bring to a group of individuals to get them to work together and do amazing things. I was wrong. I was not part of a movement. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that everything has played out this way. It sucks and it's emotional, but I know what I want. And I want to create a place where people can go and they are encouraged and nurtured and supported. Because that is the thing that is missing most in humanity. The information is all already there. It's not a matter of finding it. It's a matter of believing that it is there. That is the thing that most people lack. And that is why I think that that is what I can bring to people. And I feel so betrayed because I didn't lie. I said exactly what I was going to do. It's fine that Marc didn't want to do the course with me, but he should have said that from the beginning. When I told him that I was doing a course, why didn't he say, hey, you don't have the credibility to do a course? You know? But it doesn't matter. Like, I'm here. And Marc talked to me like he knew me. He told me that I know nothing of sacrifice, which is ironic, considering my YouTube channel in definition is sacrifice. It's obvious to all of you guys I'm not in this to make money. So why the fuck am I in this? Guess what? It's for you. It's because I lost my father when I was 12. I saw his dead body as a child. My mother almost died. I almost died. And death showed me what matters in life. And what matters in life is the people that you are around. It is the people that you encourage. It is the people that you support. And it is the difference. It is the memories that you make with other people. It is not all about money. You can think that it is about money, but it's not. If you don't learn to find balance in your life, you can have all the money in the world, but you will feel empty. And when you die, before you die, you will be filled with regret. And I know this because of the hardship that I've been through. I am positive because of the hardship that I have been through. I am not a naive child who thinks that the world is a happy-go-lucky place. I am a person who believes that my place in this world is to show people that being happy is the most important thing, that happiness brings everything else. When you are happy, you draw people towards you. You make a difference in other people's lives. You are memorable, and with time, you earn money. It all just comes to you. And that's why I left. I didn't leave because Marc didn't like the course. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't match what he talked about, but I mean, I've seen his YouTube videos. I should have known better. I should have known that at some point he'd stop treating me with respect and he'd start just shit-talking me. And I could tell. Like, I thought I'd made a friend with Carlos, who was literally the closest person to me in Nicaragua. So much to the point that I was worried about the fact that he was concerned that he wasn't able to earn money. But in my head, I know, Carlos, you're an amazing person. You're talented. You're running a YouTube channel. You're around a bunch of ambitious people. This is changing your life, regardless to whether you earn money now. This will forever change your life. If you stress out too much, you will become blind. And I thought I could make a difference. I thought that Carlos just needed support, encouragement. But then that changed. And I didn't realize it changed to the point where I wanted Carlos to figure stuff out, so I gave him my identity. Trusting him, having faith in him, because I knew that he needed to figure out ways to earn money. And if I made it easier for him, then he would be more likely to. And then the roof caved in the room I was staying in, right? And I don't speak Spanish. I'm studying it now because I recognize I'm in a country where the language is Spanish. It is irresponsible of me to not try and learn this language. But I don't know it yet. I'm by no means fluent at all. And so the guy came to repair the roof, right? And I talked to him for a bit. I figured out, okay, he needs me to show him the room. All right, I showed him the room. Okay, he wants to see the roof from above the room. Okay, I showed him that. And then 30 minutes later, he comes back to me, and I can't figure out what he wants. And so I'm like, all right, there's no other Spanish speakers in this house right now. I know Carlos doesn't like being woken up, but this is really quick. I just need him to hear this guy talk, and then he can go back to bed. So I went over to Carlos, and I started nudging him to wake him up, and he wasn't responding. And I was like, look, if this was just something not important, I wouldn't care. I would leave him alone. But the frickin' ceiling caved in. We need to get this fixed. This is Marc's house. And so I kept being persistent. And then I told Carlos what I needed, and he told me that he doesn't want to help me and to fuck off. And I got so pissed. I had just given this person my identity. And then he wouldn't even help me for 5 minutes to get his lazy fucking ass out of bed to just listen and then go to sleep again? I got so pissed. So I threw water in his face. Because I was like, well, that'll wake him up, little dick. And I get that that's immature. But Carlos showed me his nature. And so did Marc that day. And I got freaking emotional as... Damn, I was so emotional. I'm still emotional. Because they were the two people closest to me at that time. And I realized, I was like, holy shit, these aren't kind people. These people are... I don't know about Marc, but Carlos was greedy. And then, so later that day, later, I was cutting chili peppers. That doesn't matter. None of this matters. I'm not here to show you guys how to earn money. I'm here to show you that it's possible. I'm here to encourage you and support you before I die. I live for other people. There's nothing in the world that makes me feel the way that I feel when somebody shows me that I've made a difference in their life. I make my life about other people. I have the information to earn money if I wanted to work all day and earn money. And at some point, that's what I'm going to do because I'm going to need money to make a difference in other people's lives. At some point, I'll have a family. And I'll need money to encourage them, support them, and help them be able to pursue their dreams. But at the moment, I don't. I'm okay. And the best thing for me is to maintain my positivity because that is my YouTube channel. People like my YouTube channel because of my difference. Because of my ability to just be unfazed and be jolly and to encourage you. I'm able to be that way because of a balance I have in my life. I've lived a grinding life in the past. I lived a life where I worked all day to support a woman I had at home. It didn't feel right because I wasn't able to. I was working all the time so that I could make one person's life better, and then that person didn't even appreciate it. And they just drank alcohol all the time and got in fights and fucked people. Got in relationships with people. That's what I was in love with. And obviously, you guys can tell I'm a bit detached, so I guess I should keep going forward with that day. So that was the morning with Carlos. We got in a fight after that. He was mad I threw water in his face. Apparently no one's ever thrown water in his face. It's funny to me because, like, people have thrown water in my face. It's just, like, my face is just wet. It's like, fuck. Is that really the end of the world? Now I have sugar, milk, and water in my hair. Is that really such a big fucking deal? I made a lot of mistakes when I was there. Don't get me wrong. I definitely made some mistakes. But the reason I let myself make those mistakes living at Grindspace in the first place was because Marc had communicated to me that he wanted me to be at my best and to be my complete self. Because he believed that that's what was necessary for Grindcamp's success. Was that he needed a person who understood the long-term goal of Grindcamp. I don't even know. I should keep talking about that day, but it doesn't even... What's the point? It just... I have some respect for Marc, but I was emotional. I was weak. I was vulnerable. Marc has 10 years on me. He showed me a complete lack of ability to communicate. He yelled and fought and berated me. And that's, honestly, I can take that kind of stuff. I get sad, but then I recover pretty quick. I was with somebody who did that shit to me for 3 years. I'm used to it. But in that moment, I knew that Marc is not the kind of person who can be a leader of the future of education. Maybe he will be someday. But until he learns to treat people with respect, he is not that person. You know, this doesn't matter. This is coming from Jack, who doesn't know shit. I'm just some in-the-debt eBay guy who's crazy. And that's cool, dude. You can think whatever you want. But I know a flag when I see one. And when my heart tells me to do something, I do it. That's why I left. because I do not believe that Marc, he is not the person that I thought he might be. I thought he was a visionary. But he showed me that he's only respectful to you when he respects you. But that respect fluctuates greatly. And in a couple days, he'll just be shit-talking you. That's so sad. And it's hard for me to talk about this because I don't like making people look bad, and that's not my intention at all. But Marc said his side. So there's mine. And for what it's worth, I'm going to continue working on my shitty course. I'm going to keep adding content to it, and I'm going to make it what I thought Grind Academy would be. I'm going to do everything in my power to make the course a place that you can go to be encouraged, supported, and shown that anything is possible, and given access to that information. And if the information isn't there, then being given some advice on where you might find it. That's my goal. Before I die, I want to have a place that people can go to change their lives. Because any amount of money I earn, it's all temporary. The value of a person is their effect on the people around them. It's how memorable they are. It's if they get you to think in ways that other people do not. Yeah. Well,